Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on, and welcome back to the Sports Lovers. Of course, here on the channel, we talk pretty much everything regarding sports, and in today's first video, we are going to be predicting these ACC matchups. We're going to talk about them, break them down, of course, give our thoughts on who's going to win each one. Now, disclaimer, if an ACC team is playing an SEC team, then we're not going to predict that game, and we're going to save that for Friday. So stay tuned for that, as we'll have our full slate of SEC prediction video games to go over on Friday. But before we do that, of course, no microphone. I forgot to charge them last night, so they're completely dead right now. Hit that sub button, leave a comment down below. That's the #1 way you can support us here at the channel. That will also keep you up to date with all of the latest, of course, videos that we drop. Go follow us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all of that stuff, where we do post pretty much daily on there. So go subscribe, go follow all of that stuff. Auburn last night did fall to, of course, Michigan by 30 in their loss in the Players Era Game 2. Tonight, they're taking on St. John's in back-to-back games, and we'll see what the Tigers can do against another really tough opponent. However, like I said, in today's video, we, of course, are going to be talking about these ACC matchups. We're going to predict them, and without further ado, let us go ahead and hop right into it. All right, so kicking us off on Saturday, a banger of a game, a top 25 ranked game. And a lot of people are hoping that Pittsburgh pulls this off. It's Pitt hosting Miami. Pittsburgh seeming to get all of the big teams at home. They got Notre Dame at home. They did lose that one, but they're looking to get a big win this week against a really good ACC team who looks to make the college football playoff. Miami with the win. They're pretty much all but locked up, and I'm going to go with the Hurricanes to get the job done because of the offense. I like Carson Beck. I like the wide receiver core that they have. Sure, they've lost key pieces like Avoro and, of course, guys like that, but they still have some really talented wide receivers and a really talented running back, and of course the highest paid quarterback in the college football, which is why I'm going to go with the Canes to get the job done on the road at Pitt. However, with that being said, Pittsburgh is looking to sneak into that ACC championship game. They're only 6-1 in ACC play. With the win, they could possibly do that. But Miami, I think, is going to get the job done on the road at Pitt. Keeping us rolling here, the 2 o'clock game of the day on, of course, the CW network. That is Boston College at Syracuse. I guess I'm going to go with Syracuse because A, they're the better team, and B, they're playing at home, right? Boston College 0-7 in ACC play. Not the year that you guys wanted to have. I know you did lose Thomas Castellanos in the transfer portal. You lost some of your really good wide receivers that you had in the offseason, but their offense is just not very good, right? Syracuse, on the other hand, they have an offense. They have a little bit of a pulse, and I believe they're going to get this win because it's at home. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game, but I do believe that the Orange will get the job done. Moving on, of course, to the next matchup. That is Wake Forest at Duke. I'm going to go with the Duke Blue Devils here. Wake Forest, Robbie Ashford, they have been having a really solid season. This is going to be a very interesting game to keep an eye on. 2:30 over on ACC Network. Definitely going to be keeping up with it. Wake Forest, their offense has been playing really good football. Duke, on the other hand, of course, they started out hot. They did have that big win over North Carolina last week. So hopefully that translates into this week when it comes to preparation and stuff like that. Maybe they have a chance to knock off an 8-3 team, which is why I'm going to go with the Duke Blue Devils, to get the job done. I believe Messiah is going to have an excellent game against a very lackluster Wake Forest defense. And I think that the Blue Devils, are going to get the job done. Moving on to the nightcap over on ESPN. That is Virginia Tech at Virginia. Man, if Virginia Tech were to win this game, that would be absolutely wild. I know Virginia is only an 8.5-point favorite in this matchup, but it's at home. I know it's a rivalry game. I know Virginia is really good. They're 9-2. Still have an outside shot to make that ACC championship game. And I believe that Virginia is going to get the job done. I just think they have the better offense. I think Morris, the quarterback, is really talented. Over 2,000 passing yards so far this year. And one final chance, I guess you would say, to kind of turn some heads with some of these NFL scouts. With that being said, I'm going to go with Virginia here as they will get the job done. I think it's going to be close, a lot closer than people expected, but I do believe that the Cavaliers will, of course, get the win at home. keeping us rolling here in ACC play, that is North Carolina going into NC State. First of all, I don't know why Duke and North Carolina are not flip-flopped. I think that game last weekend should have been played this weekend, and that NC State game should be played the week before the Duke game. I really do. I think that's how the schedulers should make it. But North Carolina, 4-7. Again, not the year that Gio Lopez and company wanted to have under Bill Belichick this year. I know it's his first year. They're trying to build a little bit of culture. It's gonna happen. Just give it time. You're gonna get some really good recruits out there. Of course, NC State, they are, I believe, 6-5 on the year, so they are bowl eligible. Carter Bailey has been having a little bit of an average season. His passing yards record is really good. 2,700 passing yards, 21 touchdowns. It's just, I believe, the defense gives up way too many points for me to be comfortable with picking NC State in a very tight game. I think North Carolina walks into NC State in a rivalry matchups and upsets the NC State Wolfpack. I really do. I think their defense is not very good, and that ultimately is going to lead to North Carolina getting the win on the road in the Bill Belichick era to close out year number 1. Moving on to the 7-8 p.m., of course, game over on ESPN2. That is SMU taking on California. Going to go with the SMU Mustangs again. Red Lastly has this crew rolling 8-3 on the year, 6-1 over in ACC play. Cal 6-5. Fired their head coach, I believe. There's rumor out there that the USF coach is leaving for Cal. Of course, that the North Texas coach, of course, I don't know if you guys saw him, but he went to Oklahoma State this past week. So, going to be very interesting to follow the coaching cycle, to say the least. With that said, got to go with the Mustangs in this one. I believe Jennings is playing really good football so far. I haven't really watched a lot of SMU, so I'm not really going to, of course, kind of comment on that. But I do believe that they're the better team, they're the better offense, and they should be able to get the win. It's a very lackluster California defense. And, of course, the nightcap over on ESPN to close us out in ACC play. That is Notre Dame going into Stanford. I'm going to go with the Notre Dame Fighting Irish here just because, again, they're 9-2. They're the better team. Jeremiah Love, Davis has been playing, Carr's been playing really good football. Jeremiah Love, one of the best backs in the country, of course, and the Notre Dame Fighting Irish should give them another win on the year to improve to 10-2, on the season, and possibly sneak into that college football playoff. But you guys, let me know your thoughts on this video in the comments down below. Of course, don't forget to like, subscribe, turn that bell on, as we do our best to post on this channel every single day. NFL predictions will, of course, be coming right up very shortly, so stay tuned for that. We'll have that video out for you guys. We will, of course, talk a little bit about the college football playoff tomorrow, so stay tuned. Yes, we'll have videos on Thanksgiving. I'm crazy like that, but we got to do what we got to do. So hit that sub button, leave a comment down below. Of course, thank you all so much for watching this one. Game day for Auburn. Basketball on, football on, lots of sports on today as well. Hit that sub button, leave a comment down below. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.